Hey guys, so today I have a pretty exciting video. I'm going to be talking about what sorority formal recruitment is really like. But if you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and give this video a like if you want more sorority or college videos in the future. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. So, first things first, I'm going to be talking about the process of sorority recruitment and what it really entails. And it's a group of girls who usually, the way my school does it is based on where you live. So this half of my hall, we're all in the same Rogan group. So we already know each other, we all live close to each other, so it was really nice to meet girls right off the bat, right as I got here. So that was awesome. With our recruitment, we got given these little booklets, and so in the booklets it gave us a schedule of that day, what all the parties were, and a place for us to write about each chapter, just to kind of reflect on it, so when we go back to pref, then we have kind of an idea after visiting 14 houses or 10 houses. We can kind of get an idea of how we felt. And then on the back is also a map of our Greek row, which is really handy because you're literally running between parties and it's craziness. So the first 2 days of recruitment, mine started on Monday. So Monday and Tuesday were both open house or pan days. So that means you are going to each house for 30 minutes. At my school, I have 14 different chapters, so theoretically you would do 7 on Monday and then 7 on Tuesday, and again you're there for about 30 minutes for each party, where you're basically just talking to girls, getting to know them, or trying to. You kind of ask them questions like, oh, where are you from? What do you like to do? What's your major? That kind of thing. And basically the goal of the conversations is to kind of stray away from the generic questions, because trust me, by the 14th house you don't want to say your major or where you're from for the 100th time, because at each party you talk to probably 2 to 3 girls, and so they're also talking to just as probably more girls, and so they're trying to get figure out the girls who stand out, and or they just the vibe that they really get that this girl fits in my house. So with that being said, it is kind of weird at first. The first house that I went to I was actually really fortunate, and the girl I talked to very first was amazing. And it was a really nice way to start it out, because she wasn't too scary to talk to. We clicked really well, so it was really nice to have it start off that way. But that you don't fit into some houses, because your conversations are gonna be kind of bland and generic, and it's gonna be killer. And so it's kind of defeating when that happens, also because it's oh wow, I really don't fit somewhere. I don't know, the whole process is really hard because you're trying to find a place where you belong, and it's scary that you have the chance that you don't belong anywhere. So it's scary, but the first 2 days were my favorite days, because I got to talk to so many people and I really enjoyed that, and getting to see every house is also super fun. So after day 2, that evening you go and you pref your top 10 houses. So you do your top 10 that you definitely want to go back to, and then for us you had 1, 2, 3, 4, and that was 1, yes, I guess I'll go there, 2, yes, 3, not so much, 4, definitely not going back. So because so it's a mutual relationship where they choose you and you choose them. So if one of your top houses doesn't ask you back, then one of your next 4 will fill that spot, so that you always want to max out on parties. So day 2 and day 3 for us were philanthropy days, and I got asked back to 10 houses, which isn't common. That doesn't make sense, but most people do get called back to 10, I think. I'm not really sure, but it's just, but if you don't get called back to all your parties, like, don't feel discouraged. What was hard for me is that I got dropped from houses that I thought I really liked, and the fact that I really liked them but they didn't like me, that was what was really hard for me going through it. So don't get discouraged if that happens to you, because they'll all say just really trust the process, keep an open mind. Although it can be really hard, super hard, trust me, just go through it. At the end of the day, every chapter is awesome, and like every chapter has awesome girls in it, so don't get too discouraged about that. So Philanthropy Day is day 3 and 4, so us, that was Wednesday and Thursday. Yes, Wednesday and Thursday. So you can get called back to 10 houses. And so a philanthropy is basically a charity or organization that a sorority supports. One chapter is Make-A-Wish. One chapter, okay, I really don't know a lot of the sorority philanthropies, but basically just organizations that they support. I can't remember them now, but they're all awesome, and usually they play a video, and then you and your recruiter will kind of talk about the video. They'll ask you, oh, do you relate to this philanthropy at all? Do you have any stories about it? That kind of thing. But that's not always the case, so if you don't talk about the philanthropy, that's also not a big deal. I was told it was not a big deal, so yeah. So that's Philanthropy Day. And then day 5, which would be Friday for us, is House Tour Day, which is the best day. For us, we had the potential of choosing 7 houses. We got the potential of being called back to 7 houses. So that means Thursday night we prepped again. So we did our top 7 and then 1, 2, 3 after that. So again, I got called back to 7. So this is kind of one of the longer days again, because the parties are a little bit longer, but you're also going to 7 parties potentially. But it's so fun to see all the different houses, and yeah, it's just kind of a little different aspect of recruitment, because you're up and you're walking around and talking about different things and stuff like that. And then Saturday for us, so we prep again. So we do our top 4 and then 1, 2, 3, I think, maybe, I don't remember that process. But then it's preference day, and you have the option to go back to 3 parties, which this is, I think each party is about an hour. So we got treats, like cake or whatever at each house, and then they kind of do like a little ceremony and stuff, and you really get to talk to one of the girls, and usually it's a girl that you've talked to at least one time before, or throughout the week, so that you don't have to go back to those generic questions again. But it's really fun, and sorority has like a symphony, and they talk about their symphony, and it's really can be moving actually, because a lot of the seniors will have like little speeches they talk about, and like a lot of girls cry. So yeah, it's a really fun day. And then you go and you pick your top 1, 2, and 3 houses. And then you wake up in the morning on Sunday morning, and it's bid day. So we had a huge brunch. We got to find out where our Rogams, what house they belong to, which was super fun. And then we got our bid day cards, and then we opened our bid day cards, and we ran back out onto the quad or the mall of our school, and then we found our house, ran back to the house, and then we got to do a bunch of activities, and you got a bid day buddy, and it was so fun, and love bid day. That basically sums up the sorority recruitment process, but just some things to help you with your recruitment. honestly do keep an open mind. The house that I ended up joining, I loved the whole time I was there, every single time, but like it was never at the like very front of my mind. I was just like always glad to go there because I know I'd have great conversations, but like I don't know, it wasn't my like top house, I guess you could say, but definitely trust the process. So basically I didn't see myself like fully like going into my chapter, but now that I'm in my chapter, I literally could not imagine myself anywhere else. All the girls I'm surrounded by are very similar to me, have the similar morals, and like to do the same kind of things as me. So just trust it. Like, I know it's hard getting dropped from houses. It's can be really heartbreaking, and like you don't understand why and all that kind of stuff. But you'll find your place, and you'll find your home, and you'll know it. Even if it takes a little bit longer for you. Also, if you're kind of on the edge about recruitment, please, please, please do it. Like, I think you'll regret not doing it. I wouldn't consider myself like an atypical sorority girl, but I'm so glad I went through it. It just like gives you such a great support system, and you always have people around you. Always people to turn to talk to, and they like want to be there for you. They want to help you. Um, so you don't feel like you're paying for your friends or any of that kind of stuff, because like you could pay for the sorority and you can never go there and you wouldn't make friends. So it's not like an automatic thing. You still have to like build relationships and be a normal human. Um, but yeah, and it's not all about the partying either. Um, we have so many different things that we do. Like we have philanthropy events and different stuff that we do throughout our sorority sisterhood events. So it's just a really great way to get involved in your school, and it helps with the adjustment away from home, and just really helps you build that support system. So I am so excited that I got to join Chi Omega and be part of the chapter here on campus. So yeah, that's basically all about sorority recruitment. If you guys have any more questions that maybe I missed, please comment them down below, and I would love to connect with you and talk to you about it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Thank you guys for sticking through this video. I know it might have been a little long, but I was very happy to talk about it because I loved it. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! So that means, oh gosh, I thought someone was coming into my dorm room and that would have been awkward. So yeah.